Hello and welcome to Manapod Studios. I am the host and GM of this new Pathfinder 2e actual play, Krifu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and I am super excited and very pumped to be here with you all tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in for the premiere. I'd like to shout out Darling Archer for crafting these wonderful overlays for us, as usual. We would not be able to do what we do here at Manapod without her awesome work. Getting a note, the music is a touch loud, so I will turn that down. Thank you so much, Chiron, the GM of our usual Monday night Starfinder game, the All That Glitters Explodes actual play. We are on hiatus for the next few months, and these wonderful people have graced us with our presence for the next, 12 to 18 Mondays, as we play through the Hive of Corruption adventure from Tom Robinson at Nightfall Studios, which is available on Pathfinder Infinite. Before we get any further into things, let's go ahead and meet our cast and crew, starting with Retro Ted.
Howdy, I am Retro Ted, pronouns he, him, and I am playing Jiggles the Heckler. A wished to life puppet, pronouns they, them.
How you feeling, Retro Ted? You're normally with us in All That Glitters, so it's a different game for you.
I've had 3 weeks off, so I'm just like, buttons? What do they do? But no, I'm happy to get into it again.
Taking us over to our other Brit on the stream, Pan, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm Pan, from Today, and I will be playing Joyous Hartwell, from him. This is fun. This is fancy.
Thank you.
Good shake.
We've Manapod has come a long way in the 3 years. 3 years, 3+ years, right? That we've been doing this.
Yeah, I've been enjoying your All the Glitter stream.
Thank you. Let's go up from there to Afe. I think probably our most experienced Pathfinder player here.
Me? Okay, if I'm the most experienced Pathfinder player here, that made me a lot more nervous because I've only been playing it since January this year.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Mostly D&D background, but yeah, okay, I'll take the compliment, I guess. What up, nerds? My name is Afe. My pronouns are they, them. And I will be playing Bork the Barbarian, who's basically Tom Cruise with an anger problem, and I can't wait to share his antics with you guys.
Tom Cruise with an anger problem.
I mean, he's already got an anger problem, so it's like more angry?
No. He doesn't have an anger problem. His problem is that he cannot show any kind of emotion except for happiness.
There you go.
Sounds like a Scientology problem.
Yes, it does.
What kind of weird cult is Bork a part of?
Oh, yeah.
Bork is part of the bartender cults, where
There you
everybody
go.
knows everybody, and everybody always has a drink ready for the other person. It's a very tight
Sounds like a cult.
community. Yeah.
And last but of course not least, the inimitable Inez.
Yeah, of course, the inimitable who just dropped dice. No, it's fine. It's cool. Hi everyone. It's me, your friend Inez. I'm very excited to play. This is very cool. And I think my character is just really cool, so I'm excited to play her. And so I will introduce Jet, who is a fetchling a person. Well, she's very mysterious. She's very cool, I think. She is people would say that she's a little scary, and they would be right. So I'll try my best to be very scary today. Okay.
I think when Jet was first pitched to me, you mentioned something about how when she enters a space, there's like the boss battle theme music that follows behind her.
Yes, or something very dramatic, something very like either very sad or just suspenseful and just like, yes,
Nice.
that
The
kind of
Imperial
vibe.
March from Star Wars.
Yes. Yes.
Before we go any further into our first session today, I'd like to thank Tom Robinson over at Nightfall Studios for creating this adventure and for being so kind as to email me with some of my questions about his intentions with this adventure and the series that is yet to come. It's supposed to be set in the full adventure path is referred to as the Carbuncle cycle, and I'm not exactly sure what all that entails, but the next adventure is coming out soon. So who knows, maybe we will see ourselves taking that on in a second season if things go well. But without further ado, I'd like to welcome you to Champigons de la Liberté.
Why did you ever come so near? Why did you suddenly disappear? I felt secure until we kissed.
The camera opens in the capital city of Galt, known as Isarn. It is a low-lying city, the tallest building being in the city center, where the People's Council sits, whoever happens to be sitting in those chairs this week. As we move through the trash-strewn alleyways of Isarn, you can see children playing with those little wheels that they push with sticks, as well as maybe like a group of the music is wicked loud. This music. Okay, hold on. Fixing. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, great. Yes. Or was the music of the video wicked loud? Anyway, it wouldn't be a premiere without some technical difficulties. And we see these children playing with sticks, pushing their wheels. We see a alleyway where a barricade has been constructed. It's been half burnt, half rebuilt, soggy from the recent late spring, early summer rains. And a young man in a waistcoat jumps up on top, waving a Galtian flag, red and blue colors, and he begins to sing, "Can you hear the people?" and then quickly ducks as a glass bottle smashes against the wall behind him. An old human woman is sitting on the porch in a rocking chair, and she's like, We've heard the people sing. We've heard the people sing for the past 50 years. And what has changed here in Gulf? Nothing. The same as always. The silver guillotines swing and heads roll and people come and go, leadership changes and nothing changes. We starve. We die. But we survive. That has become the new way of the Galtians. We survive. And the camera kind of fades away from and opens on a quaint neighborhood. Bork, can you please describe this neighborhood to me, known as Town?
Town is kind of like a Chinatown would be in a place like New York, where all the Shunies or dog-like humanoids live and work and get together. The houses are, because of Shunies, are a little bit shorter than your regular human. The houses are a little smaller, the bars are a little smaller, but not so small that humans and humanoids can't come in for a drink and have some fun and trade some stories. It's not a slum neighborhood, but it's definitely not a high-end neighborhood either. It's the kind of neighborhood you need to find after turning left in a couple of alleys.
And we kind of maneuver through some of these alleys, and we find ourselves on the edge of Town, where maybe right in the set into the corner of a plaza that opens out into Isarn proper, a crossroads, if you will. And we see a bar there. What does this bar look like, Borg?
It's a quaint little dive, basically. It's got nice little French inlaid doors because we're in Galt after all. It's got the little swingy things so that every time a customer walks in, you can hear the and inside there's a small fire that's always lit. There's a bar with a slightly elevated floor behind, so that the bartenders can actually look you in the eye and reach all the mugs and bottles and such. Not too big. It's comfortable. There's a room in the back for pool meetings.
Pool meetings.
Pool meetings.
Yeah.
All sorts of meetings.
The front,
Shady or not is up to you.
on the outside of
Does
this
it affect
bar,
the price?
we see a sign hanging, and on the sign we see, I think, a small pug, like etched into the wood. Its tail, almost like as a caricature, just like larger than it should be, and the motion of it kind of wagging back and forth, and the words on the top of the sign reading, "The Waggy Tail," spelled Tale. As we swing through the doors, we move into the bar itself, and here we see Bork. Bork, what does he look like?
Bork is a halfling-sized pug. He's got beige fur. He's got a nice brown little snout, brown ears. He's wearing regular clothes, tunic, some boots. He's got a scar that goes over his left eye. Looks friendly enough to approach.
And what is Bork doing?
Bork right now is having a conversation at a table with a couple of regulars.
So these regulars are made up of other Shunies, as well as a two dwarven men. It's two Shuni men and two dwarven men. These four old men who gather together to play four-ways chess, sort of like a Chinese checkers. Sort of thing. They're typical kind of old men who arrive at the bar like in the late morning, have lunch, and then just kind of sit nursing their one ale for several hours, playing. And one of the Shunies kind of is talking to you, Bork, and is like, "So, Bork, your ma keeps asking me, when are you gonna settle down?" And you can see his jowls kind of like moving up and down and like spit coming up out of his like long tongue is dangling out of his pug mouth.
I'll settle down once you win one of these games. Probably not anytime soon. And I kind of.
One of the dwarves, an elderly man with like two long braids going down, it's like, you know, very gray and white with his beard, says,
what's the hurry in settling down, Buck? You are young. You should live it up while you can, eh? Go out, sow your oats, as it were. If only I hadn't felt so beholden to my relatives of the Five Kings Mountains. I might have done a little sowing myself.
and all the old men kind of like laugh out loud again.
What are you talking about? You're as spry as a little sprout. You still got loads of oats to sow. What are you, 200, 300 years old? That's nothing for a dwarf.
My time is getting gone, but Buck, you should try and, I don't know, you can't be settled down, you can't settle down here, your roots tied to this place. I mean, you should try getting out in the world. Have you even traveled beyond Isard or beyond the borders of Galt?
I, out of character, genuinely don't know. Did Bork travel? I don't know. That's a good question. Who needs travel when you've got a bar, you've got beer, you've got ale, you've got wine? What else do you need?
And the other Shuni says, well, right, speaking of, nope, where, don't. They order another round before I have to start switching accents.
They're getting drunk. They're getting drunk pretty fast.
Yes.
Exactly.
New York.
New York.
There you go.
I'm gonna lose it. Okay, who enters the bar next?
I'd say probably Hotwell does. It's morning, you say?
It's these guys showed up at the late morning, so I would assume it's probably late afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, late afternoon.
The you know where it's that lull right before things start to get super active. That's why Bork's on this side of the bar.
Yeah, that's what Joyce likes. He gets to go to the bar, enjoy seeing people, and then leaving before he has to actually interact with them.
So as the bar doors swing open, Joyous Hartwell enters. Joy, what do you look like?
Joyce comes in. He is a black male. He's medium height, but quite stocky built. He's actually a half elf, and you can tell by he's got quite short, stubby, but obviously pointed ears. He has his hair tied up in a shock of just like mess. It's half afro, half braid, and it's just like tied all together with a very ornate pin in the back of it. He's got quite a young face, but he's got very tired eyes with like dark circles underneath.
All right, so Bork, you see Joy enter.
Hey, Bork, isn't that your tall friend?
The Shuni says.
All my friends are tall friends. And I kind of give him a wink, and I walk over to the kind of half towards Joyous, half towards the bar. How are you, my friend? What can I get you today?
Bork, it is good to see you. I would like the usual, but two of the usual today, because I have a celebration.
Celebrating? What are you celebrating? As I start pouring him his drink.
Well, you know, I was telling you about that book I was trying to pick up.
Yeah?
Not only did I get the book, but I also got this smashing bookmark for a steal, he told me. He told me it was an absolute steal. He could only hold the book for me if I paid a little over the odds. But because he was such a good person, I thought I had to get the bookmark. And I'm going to produce this bookmark, which looks completely ordinary. And so I'm going to hand the book out. Check it out. Nice, huh?
Yeah. Looks nifty.
Yeah. These are limited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know, he said they were limited. They only made 100, but 99 of them had been burnt in a fire. So this is collectors.
That sounds like you probably overpaid.
can't put a price on art, especially art that keeps my pace. Look, check it out. Haha, page 17.
That is indeed a book. There you go. And Bork puts down the drinks.
Joyous, can you name another employee here at the Waggy Tail that you are familiar with? I'm sure you've come in before and Bork hasn't been here.
Yeah, there's Tiki.
Tiki, another Shuni?
Yeah, Tiki's a Shuni. I imagine they're like a barmaid, like friendly type.
Tiki is a great name. I love that name.
Tiki, what does Tiki look like?
Oh man, I can't unthink of Isabel from Animal Crossing. I'm trying really hard. That's all I've got.
I have never played Animal Crossing.
It's
so...
beautiful.
She's
a
yellow,
golden retriever.
Yeah, a golden retriever. I was gonna say yellow
Yeah.
lab, but
Okay.
like a blonde golden retriever. A blonde retriever.
There you go. There you go.
Called golden because they're blonde, Chris.
Well, but they're golden retrievers are more brassy than blonde, I feel like.
In
What are you
Europe, they're
talking about?
actually blonde. They're more brassy in the States, actually.
Ah.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
This is a European golden retriever.
Other than that, I don't care about dogs or anything. I'm just absolutely obsessed about knowing the breed. And,
Okay,
go.
it's
you
European.
know,
It's Isabel, but with a Y.
that's gorgeous.
Wait, are we renaming her?
No, it's Tiki. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I get it. So Tiki comes up and she says, "Oh boy, for such a good-looking guy, you're really an awful nerd, Joy."
I mean, with a nerd, I've got a smashing deal on this book. I think not.
I mean, a bargain's a bargain, but you're not gonna find a happiness at the end of the night, with a book, are you?
Well, no, that's why I came here for 2 of these beers.
Right. And she kind of like winks and gives you like a little bit of a nudge.
Joanne's like winks back, not quite sure why, and goes, is it going to get busy tonight? I was hoping I could get these both down before, people start piling in too much.
That depends on how fast you're drinking, friend.
I was hoping I could read and drink. It's I'll take
Tell
my
you what.
chances.
Why don't you take that table over there in the back? That's usually one of the last tables to get taken. You should be able to at least get a good ways into your book before it gets busy.
All right, thank you. Tiki, would you mind taking my order? I think I'll get some food while I'm here.
Don't worry, Joy. I'll be serving you all night.
Again, Joy winks.
She's
and isn't
getting
sure
more
why.
southern.
Yeah.
I love it, and I love
it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That is I most appreciated. I will be in the corner.
So she kind of like follows you over and she says, "So, why you always got your nose in a book anyway?"
Knowledge is power, Tiki. Plus, sometimes the stories are really good.
But I thought you was like a swordsman or something.
I am. I mean, I don't like to brag, but I am a very good swordsman. Possibly too good. So good, in fact, I have to spend some time reading to temper my power.
Ah, okay. Well, it's nice to see that you've got a bit of an ego on you too.
Yes. So I get that a lot.
All right, 2 beers and you wanted some food too, huh?
Please. You know what? Surprise me. I am in a good mood. And here, something for yourself.
Boy, oh boy, I do love serving the nouveau. Or I guess you're more old riche?
I guess, yes. Old nouveau. Well, I am nouveau, but the riches are old. So old nouveau riches.
Old nouveau riche. Yeah, I think that suits you just right, Joy.
It is always a pleasure to come in here, Tiki, and see you, and Bork, and you.
She nods. All right. Waggy Tail special coming right up.
I cannot wait. It will go amazing with this book.
Wagging Tail special's just a bone.
No.
Awkwardly, pokes it with a fork.
I'm sure
You can suck the marrow out. It's really nice.
there's some meat on it.
Oh,
But
and
like a
Tiki, so
big
he's still like.
turkey leg sort of thing, for sure. Okay, so I'd like to ask Jet, where are you?
Probably in my part of town, finishing up a deal.
Okay, so we kind of leave the waggy tail for a moment and zoom up into the sky. The sun is setting, but it is close to summer, so it's gonna take a little while before it sets properly. And we move to Jet's part of town. Jet, what does that part of town look like?
That part of town is a little more dark, even though it's like morning, it'll always be like a little darker in that part of town. It is very much like a slum. Very like the people are very poor there, and she is, who knows if she's poor, who knows. She does live there though, so yeah, the streets are kind of filled with trash. It's all a little like the roads aren't very well. It's all kind of just devolved into dirt roads with just puddles of still water standing in there. But she has her own little place, which she does move around. She doesn't want to be like selling her wares in the same place as always. But it's like a little tent, like a little it's basically just a cloth with two sticks on the end, and she like attaches one end to a building, and the other two poles she sets up, and then she has a little table, and that's it.
Okay. So as you're finishing up a deal, are you selling, buying? What's going on?
I'm selling. This other person is buying. And I think they're like trying to haggle, and she's like, "Quoi? This is enough for this weapon? You should not be haggling here with me. This is full price, and this is good enough. You shall pay this."
Make an intimidate check for me. First roll of the game.
Ooh.
Exciting.
Okay. So /R. 1d20. Okay, and I don't know what my intimidate is. Hold on. Let me look. Intimidation +2, so that's 12 in total.
12. That is enough for these 3 young human women who are buying a old pistol from you to just kind of like nod very quickly and hand over the money as requested. Not enough to actually, count as a profit in your purse, but just enough to make sure you're breaking even on your initial purchase with these arms. As they scurry off, a dwarven person walks over. Who is this dwarf? And what do they look like? Or rather, give me their name, because you know who they are. They are your source.
Lovely. This man is called Jurgen.
Jurgen.
Yes.
And what does he look like?
So he's a dwarf. So I'm thinking that all the hair that he has, beard and all, is completely pitch black. It is I've never seen a dwarf with straight hair, and so I want this dwarf to have completely straight hair that is like slick back, and then his beard is long, but it's straight, and so, but it looks like he's curled it himself for some reason. And he's put some braids in there. Yeah, he's small. He has a little bit of a he has like a tinted complexion, let's say. In like some sort of like Hispanic region, I'd say.
Okay.
And he wears some armor, I think. I'm thinking just some leather armor that he's wearing. He looks muscled. Yeah. And he carries a gun.
Yeah. It's probably got like a pistol on his hip as he strides over, not like slinking out of the shadows or anything, just coming over to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jet. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you too.
How's business, huh?
Well, it's not great, but we're making do. It's getting even every single time, It's,
Well, I've had word from our supplier in Elm. Looks like there won't be another shipment coming in for a while. Something about things getting too hot.
Do you have more information, or?
A little, but it won't come cheap.
I look over my coin purse. I slide him the gold that I just earned, and some more, like maybe like 5 gold more.
5 gold. So don't forget, in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, gold is a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more. Do you even have 5 gold on you?
Do I? Hold on. Do I?
Because I think,
Where
it's
is
like
that stated?
you start with like 15 gold at level 1. Something like that. But we can say the gold that you just made.
Yeah, the gold that I just made.
Easy.
Let's just say that. Yeah.
He shrugs, he puts in his pockets.
Yeah, well, the Grey Gardeners. They're onto our movements, our shipments. Not sure how. I haven't managed to spot any of them as we're moving things, but it's been a little difficult. And our mover in Litran, she's gotten too scared. She thinks her neck is bound for the final blades if it continues this way. You know how it is here in Galt.
Well, much to think about. I do not have words for this, but
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the Grey Gardeners knowing our movements, would you? He twirls with one of his beard curls with his a stubby finger.
I look at that, I squint my eyes. I go, no. But I have someone who might know. I will see what I can find out.
You do that, but in the meantime, I'll let you know if and when we get any more shipments. But judging by your situation, I would think you should try and find a substitute form of employment for now. He like looks you up and down. There's like some judgment in his eyes.
She sees that, she goes, Quoi?
I'm just saying, Jet, you're looking a little skinny. You eating right? Then he pokes your ribs.
I grab that hand.
He lets you grab it and like gets like lets himself be pulled closer, looking up at you.
And I go, I haven't eaten in a while, but there is a tasty snack right in front of me. I would not consider making a move like that again. Do you hear me?
Fine. Just checking to see if a friend is doing okay. And he shrugs and like walks away with his hands like this. Take care of yourself, Chet. Lord knows no one else will.
Woo! Okay.
Chet knows some bitches. Good grief.
She like starts reaching for her gun and then she's like, she starts thinking. She goes, now where is that puppet?
Mm-hmm. And as she says that, the camera fades and pans. Jiggles, where are you?
The camera doesn't move very far. Jiggles is literally within a stone's throw away. The camera almost sort of goes to move past this small sort of doll-like puppet on a barrel, when all of a sudden it starts to move. Jet, I could take care of him for you. We could, have a little accident.
No, we'll keep them alive.
He's very interested in the great gardeners. It would be a shame if he, and you just see the puppet draw a hand across his neck.
Of course, it would be very interesting if that would happen, but not yet. Those great gardeners.
What does Jiggles look like? We know they look like a doll, but what else?
As I say, he's a small. I keep saying he. Sorry, it's a they them. They are a small a puppet. They look a bit like Sackboy, if anyone remembers Sackboy from the PlayStation. Very threadbare, sort of made of rope, but it's fraying, and he's got a long, completely almost covering their entire body cloak, covered in. Well, you assume it's like a blood red color, but it's probably more blood than red color. And the eyes seem to, as he says about, as they say about pulling the guillotine. There's a small sort of spark of sort of coal, like shimmers in his eye, at their eyes as they say it. But when not moving, you just assume it was just a doll that someone had left there.
Oop, that's not the right music. Sorry, my bad. Looking for something. There we go. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
y'all were
that's fine.
talking, and I didn't want to. I wanted to give you a chance to continue the conversation.
Yeah, Jet is kind of thinking, and she goes, well, the Great Gardeners are messing up my shipments. I cannot do business like this.
Well, you gotta eat. He's right. You are wasting away, and you're not going to be useful to your mission without without doing this. You know, you look. We need money. We need to earn this. We're a partnership, you know, and an uneasy one. I will admit, but I know I need you, and you need me. So, what can we do?
What can you do? Jiggles, you have a contact in the Grey Gardeners. Being a somewhat of a gardener yourself. You don't know their face because, as per usual, all the Grey Gardeners are masked. But you do know their, as it were, their pseudonym. And you have an idea. Can you describe, tell me who your contact is, and what they look like in their mask and disguise?
As I say, it's I know them, or they know them as Roster. He thinks their name is Rostiva, but they've always produced him as Roster. He thinks he's a male by the sort of the height and the build, but he's really not entirely sure. It's with the mask and the cloak and the hidden in the shadows thing. It's hard to tell.
Okay. You also know that you can meet with them by putting in by making an appearance, usually at the Waggy Tail, where a meeting can take place in the alleyway behind the bar.
Well, I mean, we could set up a meeting with the Great Gardens. It's you know we can do that. Maybe they would have work for us. It's a possibility. We could head to the Wagatail and go from there.
Sounds like a clear plan. Let's do it.
Do you need to pack up your stool, or is this?
Yes, I will. I will pack up. Give me a moment.
Okay.
And basically, what she just does is she has a little table that has like a velvet, like it has like a velvet drape over it, and the guns are like on display. And she just takes everything, folds it up, rolls it up. And then she has these big bands that she puts around this, basically now just looking like a big velvet towel. She wraps like rubber bands around them, and then she puts it in a big suitcase. And then she packs up the overhang, rolls that up too, and she just sets it down somewhere safe. Maybe around her house. Maybe we'll go to her house first and then go to the Waggy Tail.
Okay. We kind of montage this as they're heading out, and I'm looking for a song that I cannot find at the moment.
And I need a montage. Montage.
Yes, that's it exactly. As we sort of come back to the Waggy Tail, things here are in full swing. The bar has gotten quite crowded. Joyous is still sitting alone, but there are a few like groups of young Shuni men and women and people at the bar, kind of like throwing envious looks over at Joy's table, just thinking, Bork, you can hear some of them going, hey, he's taking up a whole table over there. Why can't we sit over there?
Because he's sitting over there. Now calm down.
And they do a little pug growl.
What, is my boy not good enough for you?
Oh, no, it's fine. And Tiki comes over and like calms them down before they start getting a little raucous. Here we go. Here's what I want. Perfect. That might be a little too loud. Not sure. All my audio settings are up. Okay. So we can hear people talking. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I think Bork, you hear your ears are perk up as the doors open, and you see Jet walk in. I don't know if you know Jet. I don't think
So aggressive.
I also don't think I have described how Jet looks, by the way.
Oh yes, please. So as you see this
Yes.
woman come in, Jet, what do you look like?
So she is. I'd like to think that it's very much like a Western, how the doors swing open and it's just her silhouette at first that you see. And then she steps in and then the spotlight hits her. A spotlight. And
The candlelight.
The candlelight, you know. She wears a old-fashioned cowboy hat that goes into like a point, like a little bit off to the side, so that it basically almost at all times covers one eye, and the other eye is just there to be seen by everyone. A piercing blue eye. She is very like gray complexion, not a lot of color in there, with white hair, straight white hair that comes from beneath this cowboy hat. And she wears a white shirt that of which the top buttons have been undone, showing her cleavage, very much so. That is even more accentuated by a corset that she wears, this brown leather corset. Yeah, it's pulled pretty tight. And she has this like belt around her, like crossing her torso. And she wears some like regular pants that flare out just a little bit at the bottom. And they are brown pants as well. And she wears some, let's say, heeled cowboy boots that have the spurs and all. Yeah, on her back you see like pointing out, like just past the left shoulder. You see a gun that is very large, very very long for sure. That has a big scope on it, and it seems to be some kind of sniper, something. And that's shit.
All right, Bork, you see a fashionably dressed woman coming in with heavy armament.
Little head raise. I think I know shit. I fought with shit, haven't I?
No, I think that is the one I have here in my notes. You are the two people who do not know each other in this group.
Okay.
Everyone else has connections, but Bork and Jet, which is always fun.
I think at this point, Jiggles would pop their head up.
Yeah, because I know Jiggles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need the usual arrangements for you know a discussion for people that don't want to be seen. You know, this is.
You had me at usual arrangement. Let me check if the back room is free. I'll go see if there's anybody playing pool. If there's not too many people in there.
As you're going to check it out, you run into Tiki, who is like taking a quick breather to brush her long golden ears. Hey, Bork, who's that creepy doll that comes in? You've got some weird thing going on with him. You've never told me about it.
What's creepy about him?
Everything? The robe made of blood or whatever?
Bort just kind of like sticks his head back out, looks at Jiggles. He comes in, he uses the back room, he orders his beers, he pays up. Nothing creepy in my books.
Can something like that even drink beers?
I can't say that I care as long as he pays for them.
Well, listen, as long as no shady business is happening back there. I mean, we don't want to be drawing the wrong kind of attention here, Us Shoonies.
Yeah, no shady business at all in this back room ever. No, not at all. No weird deals go down here. That's not what I use this room for. Hey, everybody out! We need this room.
She covers her golden ears. Her golden retriever ears, and she's like, I don't want to know about it, alright? I'm a good girl, and I plan on staying that way.
Exactly. Plausible deniability. You know nothing. Mm-hmm. Come on, guys.
Whatever
everybody out. Into the main room.
Maybe I'll go ask Joy what that means.
No, it's probably in one of his books.
My mama always told me to try and marry a rich man. We'll see what happens. And she shoves up her
I'm gonna
shoonie.
pretend I didn't hear that.
She pushes up her boobs a little bit. And just
that's uncomfortable.
Bork, why are you such a prude? I mean, you got a dozen brothers and sisters.
Not a prude. It's just I kind of consider you like a sister, because we work together and seeing you doing the. It's just
She leans in and scratches you behind the ear.
Don't and I involuntarily do the little. I just as soon as the room is cleared, I put up the do not disturb sign, and I go back to the bar and I nod at Jiggles and I say it's all set up for you. Anything I can bring you guys?
Just around. This is Jet. I don't know if you know her. She is my companion. She's a good person to know. Maybe a little
companion. Is that what we're calling it these days? And I wink at Jiggles and I hold up my hand at a slightly upward angle. Nice to meet you, Jet. My name's Bork. I run this establishment.
She has not looked at you once. And now that you tell her your name and put out your hand, she looks down at you and she goes, pleasure to make your acquaintance. And she shakes your hand. Jet, you'll be smart to remember the name.
Alright, you're one of those. That's fine. Just a couple ground rules. I don't want to be cleaning up any kind of vomit or other bodily fluids in that room. If you need anything, just let me or Kiki know. And kind of nose points at your gun. Please don't be using that in here.
It's only for long range. But I respect it.
Wonderful. Why don't you guys make yourselves comfortable and I'll bring over your drinks in a minute.
Jet, as you've been looking around the room, you spy the table with the four old men, the two Shoonies and the two dwarves, playing four-way chess, and you see the olden dwarven men staring at you and the gun on your back. It is a unpleasant stare. One could call it a glare, even.
Okay. I glare right back, and then I just
the camera like pans from you glaring to them over to them, and then like to the corner where Joy has the 2 empty beers and like the bone with the leftover stuff.
I think it was like a lamb shank where there's so little meat. It's mostly bone.
Mm-hmm.
He's not sure what to do with it. He's kind of poking around with his knife and fork.
Tiki comes over and just like hops on there's a little like stool for the Shuni staff to hop on so they can be eye level with their patrons as they take their order, because there's big tables and small tables and booster chairs and whatnot. Because of the location of this bar, there's so many different types of people that come in. And she like leans over on the table, hand on her chin on her hand. She's like, "Hey, Joy, I got a question for you." Like kind of like flips her ears a little bit. What's plausible deniability mean?
Well, closes book and sits down. Plausible deniability is when things are happening that shouldn't be happening and you didn't see them.
What? I didn't see anything about what's happening in the back room with those two. And she like points across the bar. And you spot Jiggles and Jet.
Yes, when it comes to those two, I would recommend plausible deniability.
I don't think you know Jiggles either. I think those are the two relationships we didn't set up, but you recognize Jet immediately. Yeah. I don't know how long it's been since you've last seen each other, but I feel like I need to switch up the music for this.
So
it's like been a pretty long while since.
Yeah, it's been a long while. I think maybe Joyce wasn't super about Jet's methods. But he looks over. Says, yes, with that one, perhaps it's for the best. By the way, may I say, you are looking lovely today. Is there a occasion?
Oh, the boobs are working.
Stretch. It's just, it helps bring the tips in, usually the patrons like it when I look better.
No, I agree. I'm sure Bork doesn't mind it either, huh? He gives again a terrible wink.
Oh yeah, Bork. Forget about him.
Oh no, Bork is a dear friend. As are all of you in here. I very much enjoy my time in the Wagging Tail. Mm-hmm. It is a pleasure to see you looking as radiant as ever.
Yeah. There's like a cry from those Shuni youths. Hey, Tiki, can we get an order over here? And she says, I'm talking.
Yes, and that's why I hired
her. Sorry, Joy, gotta go. You need another drink, honey?
Of course. This place is getting a little busy. I will take a walk. If you can leave it on the bar, I'll grab it and take a wander. Let some of the other patrons enjoy the table.
Oh, leaving already?
No, not at all. I will simply I will prop myself up by the bar.
Okay, I'll hold the spot for you.
You are a delight.
Joy, where are you going?
I'm gonna go and see if I can get close enough to that back door to hear what they're up to.
Right. Make a...
Get a high DC, because that back room is made specifically so that it's hard to eavesdrop.
Yeah. Let's start with a stealth check from you, please.
Okay. Okay.
It's not like a Starbucks meeting room with big glass doors.
No.
Okay, it's a 14.
14. Okay. I will hold on to that. You move around into the alleyway. Bork, what are you doing as you've finished escorting Jet and Jiggles to the back room?
I rolled a perception check to see if I could beat Joy's stealth, and I did with a 23.
Ooh.
So I'm just gonna saunter over and go, can I help you?
So Joyous is in the alleyway, kind of looking towards the back door where that the back entrance to the back room is.
Yeah, I think he'll like light up a cigarette or a cigarillo or whatever he would have at the time to look like he's trying to be subtly smoking. Ah, Bork, hello. Do you have a light?
Always. I think I have a tinderbox on me or something, or matches, and I might one up for Joy.
Do you want one? I have extras.
I really shouldn't, but I take one anyway.
Good man. You know, I couldn't help but notice that Tiki was looking nice tonight. Maybe you could have a chat with her afterwards.
Me? With Kiki?
Maybe she is she's charming.
Pretty sure that all that job's for you, buddy, not for me.
But no, really? No. Really? No. No. No.
We work together. She's like a sister to me, you know? It's
A shame.
just nah.
No, of course. Working
But
together.
I mean,
will
you're
be
welcome to.
Thank you.
You're a good guy. You know, you mind your own business. You never start any kind of hassle.
Joy. It's at that moment that you hear footsteps coming down the opposite end of the alley. And with your stealth roll, which I'm going to apply for the both of you in this case, just because of your size difference, you go unnoticed by the approaching figure, and the two of you kind of like blend into the shadows behind the corner as you see a tall and lithe figure wearing a dark gray bodysuit with a darker cloak behind them and a simple domino mask over their eyes. The cloak sits in a way to where you can't, and with a hood, to where you can't really make out any more features. I'm actually going to go ahead and roll.
Method.
Sorry?
The Kingdom Hearts method.
I'm going to roll perceptions for the both of you. Secret checks. And no, unfortunately, it's very hard to see anything. The form being so like slender but built in a way that it's hard to tell who they are, what their ancestry is, or it could potentially be 10 puppets wearing a trench coat.
I love it.
That would be amazing.
But
I'm the puppet that escaped.
But the pair of you do recognize them as one of the Grey Gardeners, the vigilante executioners who man the final blades set up in cities around Galt. Silver-bladed guillotines whose souls that they take are damned to rest within the blade itself, never going beyond to Pharasma's boneyard and its final resting place in the plains thereafter. The door opens from the inside, and Jet and Jiggles, you see this figure come in. And the door shuts, and Bork and Joy, you see the door shut behind them.
I'm gonna keep my eye on that.
I think it might be wise. Did you know that there was a Grey Gardener in the area?
No, I don't, and I don't like it when they come into my place of business unannounced.
Quite. Isn't that the back door to your back room?
It is. You know what? And Bork throws down the cigarette, stomps it out. I'm gonna go get those drinks for them. I'm gonna go back inside, get the drinks, and then go into the back room.
Before you go, he puts hand on your shoulder. Because if you need anything, I will be at the bar.
Good man.
Okay. So the two of you enter back into the bar, and Bork. I will say, just for Jiggles and Jet's sake, that I'm assuming that there is usually a chance to knock before you enter. It's usually etiquette. That's not the
Etiquette.
word.
It's etiquette.
Etiquette. So Jiggles and Jet, you're kind of sitting in this room as the door opens, and Roster, Jiggles, your Grey Gardener contact, enters in.
Rasta, it's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for meeting us on such short notice.
Is this the... Sorry, switching songs. I always have issues.
Technical difficulties.
What does this sound like?
Having some of my own as well with my
No.
headphones.
There we go.
Ah.
We'll go to break after this.
Jiggles and your friend. I don't think we've had an opportunity to meet before. You may call me Roster.
Well, I've never heard you sit like that to me before. You must. I think I know which way you must go. This is Jet.
Jet. And the figure approaches Jet, and the flourish of their cloak gives a deep bow. I'm going to roll perceptions for both of you as they bow to get a better look at Roster. And Jet, natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
You, as they bow, you see the cloak. There are two pointed points in the. There are 2 points in the fabric, and you instantly guess elf.
How fun. I think to be very polite, and I think I need to be in this situation, I do stand up and make a bow myself, and I go, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Please have a seat. We have much to talk about.
I think I will stand. And then there's a knock at the door, and Bork's there with the drinks, waiting. Jiggles, what do you do?
Jiggles is just on the table, sort of just. They try and always sort of appear just like someone's just left a doll there or a teddy there, just in case the proverbial hits the fan. So they're kind of unnoticed. So it's just sort of left on the table, sort of discarded, but with a view of the door and any other possible exits and entrances.
Roster immediately goes to a dark corner, on the wall where the door is. So when the door opens, Bork, it is very hard for you to see them. You do not see them in the room at all, even though you saw them walk in from the alleyway.
Got your drinks here, people? Is everything all right?
Yes, it's fine, Bork. I should have asked you. The Jet needs some food, something to fill her bones. Could you organize that?
Of course, no problem. I'll go into the kitchen and I'll get some sausages ready for you guys.
Yeah. Not literally bones. I know what you serve. The Bork is the good
Hey,
stuff.
just because I'm a dog with a bone doesn't mean that I only serve bones, okay? Don't worry about it. I'll get you some nice turkey legs.
Was that Bill, Bork? Do you need paying now? Are you waiting?
No. I've got a tab going for you guys. If you can settle it on your way out, it's all fine.
Oh, okay. Well, if you could hurry up,
I'll try to do a quick glance of the guy that just joined them before going back out.
I rolled a perception for you. You do not see them.
Okay.
Creepy.
Does your friend need a drink or something to eat?
Yes, I just asked you for that. Are you okay, Bob? You seem.
No, you asked for the lady. I meant the other friend that just walked in.
I don't.
I
know
think you
what
didn't
to
see them.
I didn't see them at all. I thought I just couldn't see.
No, you don't see them.
I saw him walk in.
Sorry, you don't see them in the room at all. You saw them
Okay,
walk
then
in.
forget that I
Oh,
asked
they,
about the
okay.
friend. That's,
Good.
that's weird.
Oh,
That's creepy.
that was a. They got the wrong door. They got the right knock, but it's the wrong door. It's.
All right, no worries. I'll be right back.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
That's not a real thing, you guys. That's just, but
I'm walking
It is
in.
out.
Stop myself.
It is out.
It's the way that like people say Cher goes, oh, which she doesn't actually do. But it's just something built in. Okay. Jiggles. Roster steps back out of the shadows. You know I don't like company during these meetings.
Well, it's beyond my control. You specified the place. She didn't see you. Don't worry.
Let's make this quick.
Bork is a
Bork is
dude.
a he.
Sorry. Yeah.
Let's make this quick. What do you want?
You've been causing my friend some issues with her business, and people been inquiring. Maybe Jet could explain more. It's just the middle puppet. Just connect the strings.
May we, Jet? What is it you have to say?
Well, of course, I have suppliers of the goods that I sell. They operate in different ways. They like to stay unknown, move to different places, take different routes, just so they do not get found out. We are being obscured. Your people are stopping the delivery of the goods, which is very unfortunate. I would like to continue my business, make money, of course. A business is a business, is it not? It would be best if you all would stay out of my business.
The business of the Grey Gardeners is the business of all of gold. Or do you disagree?
I do not disagree, but I do find it very interesting that my business gets hit because of this.
From what I understand, your business is one that causes even more necks to end up on the blades at the final of the guillotines. Your business is the cause of many a plotted revolution. And while I admire the people of Gold and the Sand for ever attempting to fight for liberté and freedom, I think it is due time that we have some stability. Now, I will say this. If your goods are coming through Liberté, as I think they might be, considering you've experienced a disruption to the flow of your business, then I will say then do not expect there to be a change anytime soon.
So you want stability? I mean, in gold.
We'd
It's
like
not as though it's famous for stability after all, is it?
Things change. But I will tell you this just because you are a friend to Jiggles, who has been most helpful to our operations here in Isan. Litran is off limits to those outside of Galt from now on. The monastery must be secured. And you both instantly recognize that when they refer to the monastery, they're referring to the headquarters of the Grey Gardeners that sits in Litran. Let's go over to the map and take a quick look at Galt. We've got Galt here. Isarn in the center, with Borewood to the west. Trying to get this to show up properly on the overlay.
Ooh, nice.
And you can see that Litran is here south of Isarn, so not very far off. This for the folks at home who are curious as well about Galt and the surrounding kingdoms. We've mentioned the Five Kings Mountains a little bit. Ugh, it's so hard sometimes with these overlays. Here to the west, the land of dwarves. Keonan here to the west as well, the land of elves, which is why there are so many of elves and dwarves here in the city. And then the river kingdoms to the north, a little bit more wild, and then Taldor and Andoran to the south, kind of golden, shining human examples of democracy and goodness and all of that stuff. Yes, so as I've said, Litran must be secured. The monastery will not be interrupted by those that come outside of Galt, by foreign dignitaries or businessmen. Have I made myself... Oh, sorry.
Is this a long-term thing, or the shit needs to make business, and everyone needs to make a little coin.
That is not my concern. Your business is your business, and that's not mine. I am not paying your bills. And, well, that is all. I would apologize if I cared in the least.
Vrai. Nothing I haven't heard over the past, what is it, year, maybe 2, maybe 3? Huh?
Nice to see your attitude, Roster, is blunt, unlike your blades. You never change.
Jiggles, I'm surprised by this. There's a knock at the door as Bork is coming back with food. Roster pops back, and Bork, I'm going to go ahead and give you another secret perception check. Natural 1.
Come on! I rolled so much better for myself!
That's why I love secret perception checks.
All right, people, I got some turkey legs, I got a little bowl of stew, and I got some bread. Is there anything else you'll be needing?
This looks very tasty, thank you.
Put the plate down and give a little nod to both of them and go back out.
No sign of anyone else. Roster pops back out of the shadows. As you were saying, Jiggles, you must care awfully much about this jet.
This jet is in the short time we've known each other has covered me in less blood, far less than you, my friend.
No, I'm glad to hear you have a friend, or an ally at least. But I have news for you as well, Jiggles. Your time working with the Grey Gardeners has come to an end.
We
that's-
no longer have need of your services.
Oh, well, that is completely and utterly expected. I would bid you adieu, but it's been fun. We've made many a head roll here and there, but I don't think it would be forever. I think we will see each other again.
Oh, I'm sure of that. But for now, I have other business to attend to, so I shall take my leave.
Well, it was always a pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you, and I will keep in mind your ask of stability.
Glad to hear it. And, they shrug. Good luck to the both of you.
Although, Rasta, I will say it's not always crystal clear who is holding the strings, and you hear a laugh, but you just do not see the mouth move at all, which makes it quite creepy.
That is the beauty of the Grey Gardeners. We never know who is holding the strings and when someone's strings will be cut. Au revoir.
Adieu.
And they slip out into the night. Some time has passed in the Waggy Tail, and it being a weekend, things have gotten a quite bit more raucous. I think the camera pans. Jet and Jiggles, where are you? Have you come out of the back room?
I think we've taken our food and drink. At least Jet has
We
and
sat
has
at
offered for Jiggles to go into the main room.
Or we could just sit at Joy's table just to annoy him.
Joy left the
Turkey
table to
love,
go
yeah,
sit
yeah.
at the bar so that the people who have been glaring at him could take the table.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So we're taking that table.
Bitches get up.
I think at this point
Yeah.
the old men have left.
Yeah, they would have left.
It's a little bit. So Jet and Jiggles, you were able to nab that table before anyone else gets to it.
Okay, well. I wanted to have like a Mean Girls moment where I had my platter of food and just stood there and waited for the people
Oh,
to
the
leave.
bitches leave. It's like, okay.
But okay, we'll take that table in the corner.
Tiki booty bumps into Bork. So I'm assuming you're gonna handle those two for the rest of the night.
You know, you really shouldn't judge people before you get to know them. Remember when Joy came in? First couple of times you were like, what's this quiet guy doing here? All he's doing is reading his books, and now you're all like pushing up your boobs to go talk to him.
I mean,
Do I hear this?
it depends. Are we in the back part of behind the bar where the employees like talk shit about?
No,
the
we're
customers?
behind the bar.
Okay,
Just
okay.
behind the bar.
So yes, Joy, you definitely.
the back
hear
part
it.
would be the kitchen.
Do I like cough into his drink?
I mean, Joy, don't listen to him, okay?
Oh,
Pork.
of course.
She glares at you.
What?
Anyway,
I'm not
I
reaching
just
in my book.
I just mean look, the doll kind of creeps me out, and well, she's I ain't never seen nobody like her before.
Yeah, well, you know what? Right now, your attitude is kind of creeping me out. So I will take care of that table. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. And then you just go and mind whatever attitude this is. Okay? This is a bar. Lots of people are gonna be coming in here. I don't need this. And Bork just walks away. Work.
I just, Joy, you don't think I'm being too suspicious, do you?
Now you're being rude.
You see, here's the thing. At least one of the people on the table, I know. And I also know that she is problematic. So I understand your trepidation. But I also know that Bork can handle it. So I wouldn't worry, as he says, your pretty little head.
She ain't an ex of yours, is she, Joy?
Joy chokes all that beer. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to with my. No, we are quite estranged.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, well, we'll figure it out, won't we?
Of course. And if anything happens, I am here to help.
Oh, sorry. Gotta go deal with some customers.
Right, of course. I'll just finish this bone. Hey.
Bork's just kind of like waiting to catch Joy's eye.
Yeah,
As soon as-
Joy's gonna like stroll over, like still playing with the bone, not quite sure how to deal with it.
As soon as there's eye contact, Bork is just go, eh, eh.
Look, you would be okay with this, yes?
Yeah, I told you to go for it. What did you
Right,
think I
okay.
meant?
No, I mean, I thought you were being just polite, but if you think that they shot,
Bork leans into the counter and goes, Joy, you've known me longer than today. When am I ever just polite?
an excellent point, my friend. I will consider this.
You do that. You consider that, and I'll go consider that. And I point to Jiggles and Jet's table.
Do not mind me. I will keep an eye. I'm just going to sit at the bar, stay at the bar rather, just like mulling over this drink. And just generally looking oblivious, but keeping an eye on Bork, make sure it's okay.
But before Bork leaves, actually, he's gonna break the bone that Joy's leaving with in half and go like, "You suck the marrow out."
Oh, you took the... that makes so much sense. I think it's cold now, though.
You could probably still suck it out.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't... it's fine. He's...
Suck the bone. Yes.
Just,
Love it.
I'll get it. It's fine. Thank you for your help.
What would your parents say, Joy, if they could see you now?
The local customs, you have to observe
You
the
just
local
like rub
customs.
it between your hands, it'll get warm again.
Yeah, Joy's looking around for anyone else eating this thing and like just copying them.
You put your mouth over one hand and you suck.
There you go.
So
Like you do with
undignified.
most bones, giggity.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
We get it. We
This
get
was
it.
an 18 plus stream, right? Just
Yes.
checking.
I shall endeavor to suck this bone with all the vigor I can muster.
Meanwhile, at Jet and Jiggles' table, I would say I'm maybe making an assumption, but I would say the atmosphere is a little less joyous.
A little less. It's dour. It's absolutely fucking down. She hates her life right now.
So we've got to make ends meet, I suppose. We've both got the places we want to go and ambitions. And what are we going to do? I have a grand sum of 11 gold, and much as that seems a lot, it won't last long.
It sure will not. As much as I hate to say it, I think we should be looking for odd jobs.
If there's one thing that me and you know, it's how to make a living by ending someone else's living. Maybe we could get some mercenary work or something similar.
Mm.
I don't want to be stuck like that idiot over there sucking on the bone. It's
First connotation, I was like, actually, this isn't so bad.
She looks over at you, just hear
At this point, Jet, the chair you're sitting in, kind of gets bumped into. I'm sorry. And as you look up, you see a very unassuming, kind of ugly-looking man, middle-aged man. His features are very odd, like very high cheekbones with like a scruffy beard, and like a long hawkish nose with these very furry eyebrows. He has a balding head, but half-pointed ears, very much betraying his half-elven ancestry. He's holding a staff, which isn't totally uncommon, but you think you spy like an emerald green snake like poking out of his shabby green robes, and his satchel, which reeks a bit of herbs and more arcane components, sort of like a tangy gasoline, maybe like a little bit of gunpowder that you recognize, as what bumped into your chair. And then you hear like a flip-flop as he walks over to the job board in his sandals.
If looks could kill, he would be dead 15 times. Yes. She watches him go over there, like has her eyes on him.
He's barely even. He said sorry and then like kept going. Hasn't even like turned back to you.
Of course.
He's much as I can see the look in your eye, Jets. He's looking at the job board. Maybe he's posting. It's not a bad place to start. It's obvious, I guess, but got to start somewhere.
Sadly, you are right.
And if
We'll wait for him to leave, and then we look up.
We could always do the job for him, and then he could have an accident if you're not happy with his apologies.
As always, we will consider this.
Bork, as you're making your way over to Jiggles and Jet's table, this same half-elven man kind of like turns around and literally with the end of his staff like brings it down in front of you, halting your path. Young man, I've got a question for you. You work here, yes?
Actually, I own the place.
Great. I am in need of adventurers.
Well, you were on your way to the job board, so I suggest you post it and see what kind of fish you catch.
No, it's much more urgent than that.
All right, calm down. Well, what is it exactly that you need to get done?
Well, I need people to travel for me, investigate something. You own the place, you know those who come through. I'm sure you would know a trustworthy source. I'm willing to pay. And he drops 2 gold coins in your paw.
Well, my good sir, I am terribly sorry for my manners just now. Not often people of your stature walk into this establishment. I know of a couple people, myself included, who've done this kind of work in the past, and I'm sure I'll be able to round up some people for you. How many were you thinking?
I've been given enough to pay for the services of 4.
4. All right, 4. Let's see. There's me. There's Joy. Why don't you go have a seat? Maybe get something to drink, and I'll give right back to you.
He like peers around the room. He doesn't. There's something odd. Like I said, it's as if, you know, you've been around humans, you've been around elves. It's as if he got all the worst traits of both ancestries.
Oh,
Just like
That's
none of the
unfortunate.
gracefulness of an elf, the hairiness of a human, the like, just, and you can tell there's this like anger inside of him.
I know Jiggles, and I know that he can probably deal with whatever this angry man wants us to do. Since I was heading over to that table anyway, I'm gonna just point at one of the chairs. Do you guys mind if I sit down for a minute? And I have a proposal.
It's your establishment, Bork. You do what you want. Our business is done. You know, we got thinking to do, so we can't be promised that we'd be good company. But you know, you've always been good to me. You're always welcome.
That sounds exactly like the type of answer I was waiting for, actually. Bork sits down. This slightly rude, not that attractive gentleman over there, and he kind of like points his head over his shoulder. He's looking for some people to do some work, and he seems a little bit shady. And he's looking for about 4 people. I was thinking about myself and my buddy Joy over there. He's a pretty good fighter. And since your friend here walked in with a rifle strapped to her back, and I know that you can do certain things, I was thinking maybe you guys would like to help out. Maybe earn some money.
Jiggles looks to Jet sort of with like a questioning. I was going to say a questioning eyebrow raise, but I don't think poppets have eyebrows. So-
Not this one.
Your pocket. Huge eyebrows.
she does not look at you. However, she has her eyes transfixed on Bork, and she goes, well, if there is money involved, then we can talk.
Well, he was a little bit vague on the details, but basically he's looking for some adventurers to go travel for him, possibly take care of some problems. And he's given me, let's say, a little bit of an upfront. And he seems legit. He's got money. Would you be interested?
So you know that maybe my version of getting things done is different. You're getting things done, you know, more collateral damage if we are involved.
Bort starts to chuckle a little bit. Well, I know that we haven't had that many fights together, but I'm no stranger to collateral damage. So, as long as not too many innocent people get hurt, I think we can work quite well together.
Well, it seems almost fated, dare I say. We can sit down. I think, Chet. We could sit down.
What?
Discuss the arrangements that Bork has here.
Why don't you two make your way back into the back room? I'll go get another friend of mine. I'll get the whatever his face is, and we'll talk.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk to the
coats again now.
I'm gonna walk up to the bar and give Kiki a nod. Kiki, mind the bar for me for a couple of minutes, would you? I got some business to take care of.
Yeah, sure.
All right, thanks, doll. Joy, come on. Oh, you're muted.
Sure, right. Think it's been a pleasure. I'll just leave these with you. Thank you. Lead the way, Paul. What's up?
I'll kind of direct Joy towards the back room and walk back to the.
Oh, before you go, Book, one thing. I have worked with Jet, the woman, before. She can be difficult, but I promise you that I will be amicable.
What, towards me or towards her?
But no, I'm always amicable to you, Book. We are friends.
I mean, just move.
Oh, I am moving. Go through the door.
And I'll go up towards the quest giver and say, I've rounded up some people. If you will follow me to the back, we can sit down and we can have a private conversation.
Very fast. I like it.
You're welcome. And I lead the way.
His name is Sonic the Hedgehog. He likes everything fast.
Gotta go fast.
Title of your sex tape.
Oh my god.
And there's bacteria everywhere. Then.
So, as the man comes into the back room, he takes a look. So he sees Bork walking in front of him. Tell me what he sees in this back room. Like, where is everyone? Like, what's his first glance of this party?
I think that Jet is like sitting like as he comes in, he can like see her straight on. She's like sitting there in a chair, like waiting very impatiently. She has like her nails filed, and she's tapping on the table, like she's waiting.
Joy is in the room as well. They're watching Jet with a side eye, and staring confusedly at the doll that Jet's brought with them. Just unusual thing for her to bring along. But as the door opens, they turn their attention to this new entrant.
Jiggles, are you just laying there as you do?
I think Jiggles is sort of propped up against Jet's pack. Just watching, always watching. But yeah, just around.
The half elf sucks his teeth. I thought I asked for 4 people.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, and the puppet makes 4.
For the first time, his face, his facial features seems to like soften. Interesting.
He's sturdier than he looks.
Well done. I'm afraid I didn't get your name.
Bork, sir.
Bork. Your establishment comes well recommended, and I can see why.
Bork kind of straightens up a bit. His tiny little tail wags just a little bit out of pride.
My name is Darren E. Alandil. Joyous, you speak Elvish, right?
Mm-hmm.
You recognize his surname, E. Alandil. Not as a proper surname at all, being a direct Elvish translation to the half-elf.
Derivative? Joy goes, a curious name. I am sorry, as a fellow half-elf. You call yourself this?
That was the name I was given.
You didn't think of choosing a different one at some point?
He just stares blankly.
Just like looks away and goes, I would have chosen a different name.
Have you ever visited Keonan?
Not No, I can't say I have.
You do well to visit the land of the elves, he says, kind of like sarcastically.
I find myself in good enough company outside of these lands, but I catch your meaning.
It was a name given to me. When you grow up amongst... Yes, even elves have yokels, despite the appearance and reputation they have outside of the forests of Keonan. There are those that humans would call rednecks, who don't know any better of the world beyond their borders.
This is why I have not visited.
Okay, why don't we all have a seat and talk about why we're here?
Yes. I am visiting this wonderful city from Ayadara, the capital of Keonan. I represent the Institute of Magical Arts and Astronomical Examinations. He waits for a moment to see if you recognize the name at all.
I think,
Congratulations.
yeah, just like no, it sounds important. Like, impressive.
Yes. And I have been selected, being I have the most travel experience amongst my colleagues, to come to Galt seeking help. No doubt you've noticed over the last several weeks, few months, the red star that spent many a night above your wonderful country.
It's been quite the talk.
Has anyone else noticed it? Go ahead and make society checks to see if you've heard of it or even noticed it.
Oh, I have a -1 on society.
Do you want me to roll as well?
Yeah, go for it. Ooh, stretch.
Oh, that's not too bad. 14.
14. I mean, people have been talking about it in the bar. What about the rest of you?
23.
23, of course.
17.
I have a 12.
12. I'll say this much. Jet, you've heard rumblings in the slums. This red star over the last 2 months has been getting closer and closer. So all of you have heard that, but Jet, you've heard rumors that the poor people of Isarn are worried. Could this mean even more badness and chaos to come? Bork, you've heard the same thing, but in the bar, it tends to be forgotten about very quickly. You've heard the same rumors, but people say, stars come and go. It's a crazy world and a crazy, universe. Who knows what it is even. And jiggles you as well. But, Joyous, you have a more of a connection with the ruling class, as it were. Nobility, it's hard to say. Galt got rid of their noble rulers 50 years ago when the revolutions began. But you do have contacts with the People's Council, who have been wondering for a while. So, Joy, you know that 3 weeks ago the star disappeared, broke into several pieces, and at least one of them crashed into the nearby countryside. There have been rumors about trade routes being disrupted. Nothing serious enough to be noticed by the people of Isarn, but enough to cause concern. And you also know that the People's Council has been going around in circles trying to figure out what to do about it. Of course, not coming to any real conclusion, because real conclusions and real action often gets you the attention of the mob, which gets you the attention, not the mob as the mafia, but the mob as the people of
The unwashed masses.
Yes, which gets you the attention of the Grey Gardeners. The political leaders do not want that, otherwise their heads will end up rolling.
So I think George would elaborate the part about the star being there and then breaking up, but not about how the politicals don't want to really do anything about it. So because they're, again, just need to know stuff. So did the star not disappear? I mean, I understand it fell nearby, but apart from some disruption, do you want it removed? Do you need like a team to take it away?
My colleagues and I were studying its arrival for some time, and my pleas to your leaders have fallen on deaf ears. So now I am left with no other option but hiring simple mercenaries to investigate the crash site for the Institute. He throws a bag on the table and there's a heavy clink. I offer you 50 gold coins to undertake the journey. I will book you passage on the East Selen River to get you to the other side of the Wood's Edge, towards Wood's Edge. From there, you can make your way to Saddleworth and investigate the potential location of the crash site. I offer another 50 gold coins for you to return to me here in Isarn with information about what you found. Easy money, huh?
100 gold for an all-expenses-paid trip does not seem like the worst thing. What say you, Jet? Will you be undertaking this?
I take a long look at Joyous, and then I go. It sounds very much to my liking.
Bork, you as well?
I mean, 100 gold just to go and look at something and report back what we found sounds like easy money. I'm in.
I do not know how to address your friend, Jet.
His name's Jiggles.
Talking to me directly.
Jiggles, we have not met, but any friend of Jet's is a friend of mine.
Well,
What am I, chap liver?
Bork, you and I are already friends. We spoke about this on the way in.
Yeah, no,
We
but
are
I
friends.
know Jiggles. He comes in here sometimes.
I don't know Jiggles.
But no, I'm sorry. I'm being rude. I should have introduced you guys. Joy, this is Jiggles, Joy.
Has Jiggles moved this entire time?
no.
Okay, then are you quite sure?
You just see, you hear it, Jiggle sort of muttering, and he starts to not complete the spell he's performing, but he does Glutton's Jaw, and you just see this sort of line form across where his mouth would be, and it opens up into this like bristling maw of teeth, and then just fades away again.
But it's funny because Jiggles
It's a neat trick.
Jiggles is like the same size as Bork. They're a small creature, right?
Yeah.
So maybe like a little shorter, a little like thinner, but it's a pretty big doll. It's like the size of a child.
Like Chucky.
It
Yes,
was made to be a
Okay.
doll.
That's pretty big then.
but weird.
Very weird, but yeah.
All right. What's that? And you can see that green snake has like come up and is like slithering into his ear. Yes, Zephyr tells me you should beware. The weather patterns around the area have seemed to change. I would expect strange rain. Perhaps a windstorm or two. Prepare yourselves for the worst, I suppose.
Fair. You are providing transport, though.
Yes, I will get you out there. Down the East Selin River, around to the other side, closer to Sattlesworth, a small village where you can begin your investigation. I'll be keeping in contact with magic, of course. Who is it that I should be talking to? You? And he points his staff at Bork.
I suppose that was if you.
You do seem to be the manager of this group, if not this establishment.
Yeah, you know what? Fine. Yeah, you can send those messages to me. It's yeah.
Well, you will make a fine leader.
I know. Thank you.
Well, do you have any questions for me?
What exactly is it you would like us to bring back? Samples? Information?
You seem to be an educated man. What you find worthy, we don't know what it is. The Star Stone. We've been tracking it for some time, but magic can only get you so far, so close. It seems to have traveled from far away, but what brought it to Golarion, we don't know. And what this piece may hold, we don't know either. It's all a great mystery. I'm envious of you.
You could come with us.
I have been given explicit orders not to get involved. My colleagues seem to think that this task of evidence retrieval is best left to the untrained.
Can I do a? Oh, there's no sense motive in this.
Perception for a sense motive.
Perception? Yeah, can I do a perception? 21.
21.
Your rolls are on fire.
I know, right? Thank you, roll 20.
He is not a charismatic person, so it is quite easy to see that he is absolutely not telling you the whole truth. He's definitely a little bit frustrated that he's not allowed to come out, but he's also wary of going to the location for information that he has yet to reveal to you.
Well, perhaps you could ask if we could have a moment to discuss as a team.
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind, sir, to leave us to our discussion for a moment.
Of course. I'll seek a drink from your jovial colleague in the bar.
Her name's Kiki Tipplewell.
Right, yes.
Wait, is it Kiki or Tiki?
Kiki.
I said
Right?
Tiki.
Oh, Tiki.
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 Fine. He eyes the gold. I'll leave it and await your response. And he walks out and shuts the door behind him.
That is one creepy dude. What was with the snake in his neck?
A familiar, I suppose, but also the creepiest familiar you could pick, I imagine. I think he's on purpose.
Joy.
That is not the creepiest familiar that you could pick. I jiggles.
No, I suppose you would know plenty about picking the creepy things.
Of course, Joy. It is nice to see you again. Up and running.
Cannot entirely say the same, but I hope you are well. We will be working together after all. Perhaps it would be a good time to mend bridges.
Of course. That sounds like a splendid idea. Now, this job, recovering a star piece, it sounds easy enough. There has to be some catch. This is not the old truth.
Absolutely not. This man is talking out of the side of his mouth, we say.
So I was right. Okay. It was just a guess.
Joyous.
Whatever. Oh,
You, out of the corner of your eye, you see a flash of green slither under the door and into the corner of the room.
perhaps I have said too much. Still, if the job is on the table, I could stretch my legs and I would be more than happy to accompany Bork. And the two of you, I'm sorry, it is so distracting. Does your familiar, could they maybe stand or do anything that isn't mildly terrifying?
I am not familiar. And,
Oh my god, that is so much worse.
I will forgive. I will forgive this. You entertained me with your bone sausage licking thing earlier. It was highly amusing, but
Joyce blushes deep red.
but don't ever say that again. Or some people go to sleep with dolls. Yeah, the dolls are always there in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
I do not, but I apologize if I've caused offense.
No worries. We are going to be spending time with each other, it seems, if we accept this. It's difficult, I know. Not many people have seen the likes of something like me, but I'm sure you will see my worth.
Well, I look forward to working with you. Now, to the matter of this job. Whilst not all seems to be plain, I think we can agree that the money is good. And I, again, could use the time to stretch my legs.
I was told by a couple of regulars today that I should go out and travel, so I see no reason not to. And like Joyce said, the pay is good. Bork kind of lifts the satchel a little bit and clinks it. Definitely more than I make here tending bar, I can tell you that.
Well, I suppose a little nest egg would be in order. And that's 50 gold to go and 50 gold when we come back. That's 100 gold, my friends. That's not to be sniffed at.
That's 25 each.
25 each.
That's not bad.
Would you like me to go and retrieve?
Darren something. I only
no,
remember
I know his
first
name,
because
believe
the
me,
last
it's
name is
very
just a
hard
little
to
weird.
forget. It's his name literally means half elf, and it is.
See, this is why. This excuse me. This is why I don't bother with the last name.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. It is a smart move. But I will go and retrieve him and tell him we will take the job if there are no other opinions.
Jiggles, you've been very quiet. What do you think about all this?
I think a coincidence. We have. I've certainly noticed the red star, but I have not paid it much attention. I have more pressing things. But to fulfill my desires, I need gold, and if that means journeying with you, and it's not the worst thing ever.
All right. Sounds like we're all in.
George will pop out and look for Darren. and also make sure he's being polite to Tiki.
Can you accidentally step on the snake while you do it?
Accidentally step on the snake.
The snake. I mean, if you try.
No, I'm not. Is it, I opened the door. Is it at the door?
It had come into the room and was listening in.
Oh, I thought it was leaving the room.
No, it was coming in. He's sending his little buddy to eavesdrop on us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a creepy dude.
Yeah. Well, do I know what it is? I clocked it coming in. Do I still know it's like in the corner or whatever?
Definitely. You can make an Arcana check.
Sure. Yeah. That's 10.
10. Familiar. Obviously, you've already kind of clocked that. What more? You're not 100% familiar. Have a variety of skills and abilities. I will say that there's something about his appearance and the way the snake looks that tells you arcane magic is not all that's going on with this dude.
Okay. Then as I leave, I'll just say, actually, I wasn't really. I'll say to the air, you can tell Dylan to come back now.
The snake slithers out. And a few moments later, the door opens and Darren comes back in. So, agreed to accept the job then.
What?
We have.
We're all in. Just tell us when to leave, I guess.
Wonderful. I will meet you tomorrow morning at the pier, where I've arranged travel on a special river boat. Should be a fun trip this time of year, I'm told.
I mean, it is nice weather, but you make it sound so.
Yeah, could you be anything more
It's
menacing when you say
it's
that?
lovely weather at the moment. You are being very obtuse.
This is me trying to be friendly, congenial,
Oh my goodness!
professional.
No,
Oh, I totally missed that. I'm
we thought
so
you were
sorry.
doing like a bit to be like mysterious because you are, you know.
I thought you were just being an edgelord, just for this.
Says the
I mean-
doll covered in blood.
He has a point.
He does make a good point there, buddy.
If I may,
Uh,
perhaps you could try to smile, Dylan.
Oh no, that made
no,
it so
it's
much
never
worse.
mind. I take it back.
Put it away.
not-
Put it away.
It is not. It is worse. It is so much worse.
Oh God.
I knew that was gonna happen.
All right, well, if everything goes according to plan, in a few days' time, you'll get exactly what you deserve.
Yes, tipping from the chat. Nice.
That being, of course, the other half of the payment.
Right, again, Dylan. Is this your first time giving out jobs?
Yes, actually.
Right, it shows. We'll have notes when we get back.
I used to be the one taking jobs, but it was my other party members who did most of the talking.
Can
I see
I
that.
fathom why?
Yeah, no. Still, we will meet you here in the morning or at the river.
At the pier. Meet him in the
Pier?
morning
The
at the pier.
pier. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
See, this is why I'm the leader. See, I listen.
You do an excellent job, Bork. I do not know what we would do without you.
Bork, I think this half elf is a good opening act for your open mic nights, whatever a mic is.
Tonight? An open mic tonight?
I don't know
The
any
open
Mike.
mic.
Why would I open him up?
I was about to say, who's Mike?
Maybe he could be the front man,
Are you making jokes at my expense?
Yeah, it's what friends do, especially around these parts. It's a sign of trust and amicability.
Goodwill.
As you may guess, I did not have many friends back in Keonan.
No.
What?
You don't say.
You are such a delight, and your snake is so charming.
So many flavors and he chose salty. No.
Zephyr is my only friend. We have been together
Zephyr?
a long time.
I can imagine. I too had a pet once. No
Oh.
longer.
He is much more than just a pet.
Again, I'm not sure if you're just boasting or being mysterious. It is hard to tell, my friend.
Let's not make this moment any more awkward than it already is. And Bork takes the money off the table. I'm gonna go and do some changing at the bar so we can all get our fair share. And I suppose we go and get one round of drinks on the house to celebrate this business venture.
I will take a champagne. That is what this country is known for, isn't it?
Yeah, but not in this part of town. Sorry. I got ale, I got wine, I got mead, I got some of the strongest stuff, but unfortunately I don't have any champagne.
Then a mead.
Very well.
Sorry, just ordering a drink in the most dramatic, villainous way possible.
No ice.
I'll have a mead.
Frickin' Batman over here at the bar. Yes, a toast to celebrate this new venture.
Yeah, Bork's just gonna go out because this guy is
Yeah.
like creeping the shit out of him. It's so cringy. Behind the bar, Bork is gonna give Tiki the 2 gold pieces that were put into his paw as an incentive, and say, "All right, some business has come up. I'm gonna be leaving town tomorrow. Use this for the bar to hire somebody to cover the shifts while I'm away. Not sure when I'll be back."
Bork, what's happening?
Well, I mean, it's not the first time I've taken a job, and you're a good bartender. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
You can run this place without me.
Yeah, but usually you got an itinerary or whatever it is, an ETA when you're gonna come back.
You know, we're going to be doing some traveling, and the weather's going to be weird over there, so it might be a week, might be 2 weeks, might be 3 weeks. I don't know.
Weeks?
If it takes any longer than that, I will make sure to send you a message and some money to make sure that this place is up and running. I'll ask some friends to come and check in.
You're not taking Joy with you, are you?
Actually,
Oh, you're gonna
I
leave me all
am.
alone here?
well, I mean, look at it this way. I'm going to have at least a week to, talk you up to him and tell him about all the amazing things that you do here and how I trust you with the running of my business.
But can I hire someone in the meantime if you're gone too long?
That's what I said. Go and use this money to hire somebody, and I'll ask a couple of friends to look in every now and then. They might be able to help out. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you high and dry.
Got it. Okay, Bork, sweetie, you be careful, okay?
No, you always am. You know me.
And she gives you a big hug.
Aw.
We're really gonna miss you here at the Wagging Tail, but I just always knew you was destined for things a little bit bigger than here in Town.
Got a height joke?
No, not at all.
Nah, I got you. I got you.
Get
I
out
got
of
ya.
here. Come on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a little bit of change with the gold so that everybody gets 12 gold and 5 silver pieces.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm actually gonna take an extra 2 gold off of my share and give it to Tiki as well.
An extra 2 gold.
Yeah, so she'll have 4 gold just to make sure that everything keeps running smoothly.
Okay. Let me make a note.
Oh, I'll get the drinks in that case. 'Cause we're
Nah,
we're
don't worry about paying for drinks off of your character sheets. At least.
Oh, I mean, like, I'll just get the drinks. I didn't mean I'm
Got
gonna
it.
pay.
Any last business before we head into final moments?
Don't think so.
No, I think Josh is very, very awkwardly his bar and says Tiki, I don't know if you heard. I'm going on some work with Bork. Don't worry, I will make sure he's safe. Perhaps when we return, we could have a chat.
A chat, huh?
Ask her to dinner.
I mean, a dinner, a dinner chat. If you,
It's a
would
date.
Oh wow, great, good. I turn around and give a really obvious thumbs up to Bork.
He's giving a really obvious thumbs up back.
Okay, well, that is great. I will take these drinks and I will see you later.
Okay.
I think Jet has some people to talk to. Some people in the slums that might be missing her all of a sudden, you know?
Okay. Do you want to role play it, or can we montage it in a final moment?
We can montage it in a final moment.
Okay.
There is,
Ooh,
if she's going to be
frozen.
some words that I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You froze for a second.
We'll take a little bit. We can take a little bit time to role play, but as long as is there any last business here at the bar before we fade away out of the scene?
At the bar, no.
Okay. So, as the 4 of you go your separate ways throughout the city of Isarn, I think we'll start with Jet heading back towards the slum, since I know that you have something in mind. Jet, where are you going for your sort of last scene tonight?
I think that there might be like some kind of makeshift square there out of the like buildings that have been constructed from whatever people could find. There must be some kind of a little more open space that has some kind of soapbox for her to stand on, let's say.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And while she's like walking over to that square and she sees people outside, she tells them to meet at the square and tell everyone else. And so when she's gotten to the square eventually, she there is like not like a huge crowd, but there's like a group of people that have formed themselves there.
At least a dozen people.
Okay, that's a lot already.
At most a
and
dozen
so
people.
yeah. And so she kind of she has like some kind of raised platform or something that she can stand on. And she puts both hands behind her back. As everyone knows, business has not been fortunate, let's say. That's why for now I am leaving on a travel for some weeks. Who knows how long, really. Please do not be alarmed by my absence. I will absolutely return. There is no question of that. Stay strong. Sometime soon there will come stability, and we will be at the forefront of it. Await my return. Until then.
The card, one guy shouts out. We will build up the barricades in your absence yet, in preparation for the battles to come as we retake and fight the corrupt People's Council.
She smiles and she nods at this person, and she just looks around, and then she goes, "Well, scatter!" And she gets off of the platform.
Nice.
And then she walks back towards her house.
To collect her things for the morning.
Yes.
Whose final moment is next?
I don't mind going if that's right.
Go for it.
So you see Jiggles sitting on the guillotine in the middle of the square. The puppet sort of just resting against where he would have been created, as it were, wedged as a mascot to the roaring crowd, baying for blood when there was a removal of heads, as we were. And you just he's muttering to themselves, basically there will be stability, but as always, everything is born in blood. And that's it.
You can almost feel Madame Marjorie, the name of the final plate that you're sitting on, like hum in acknowledgement of you. And we see we see you. We kind of like fade away from this as you're like sitting with the backdrop of the monolith, this blackened fortress and prison, and the seat of the government here in Isarn.
Spooky.
Who do we go to next?
I'll go next. George just heads home. He lives alone in a very fancy, rented place, but it's bare. Like, he goes home, humming to himself, and the moment he gets in the door, he stops, puts his stuff down, and goes to a corner where he's just set up like a cot. Anyone from the outside, anyone thinks this is like somebody's like delightful townhouse, but there's nothing inside. He sits at his cot, goes over his notes, and takes a look at a pocket watch he keeps with a picture of an elf in it. He clicks his teeth, sighs, and then wishes he'd gone a bone to go, because they're actually not bad once you get used to them.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to sleep, or goes to bed at least. Oh, reading that book.
And Bork?
Bork is going to be just tying up any loose ends he has at the bar, make sure that the chef knows that he's going to be out of town for a while to keep an eye on Tiki. He is going to contact a couple buddies of his to keep an eye on the bar as well. Just come in a couple times a week, help out if needed. And yeah, pack his stuff from his little apartment above the bar.
And night fades in Isarn, and tomorrow comes, and the journey begins. But for now, that marks the end of our first session.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
It's always nice having a session without an encounter. Just really kind of digging in and getting to know each other and our characters and what's going on, what is to come, and what is at hand.
I want to absolutely give you a thumbs up for Darren going from mysterious to just like weird nerd.
But also, I mean, you kept your face. so focused
Really
the
good.
whole time we were making shitty jokes. You were so in character. It was beautiful. You only broke at the end when you tried to order the meat in a very edgy way. It was gorgeous.
Darren is probably
best
the
thing.
edgiest PC I've ever come up with.
Love it.
One of the few evil characters that I've like gotten to play in games before, and one of my favorite PCs. Not that it wasn't obvious that he wasn't evil. I hope I'm not spoiling anything.
Oh no, we thought he was a great dude. He seemed so nice.
So cringy.
Oh
He's
man.
definitely evil. Just a little bit. He's gotta be.
Absolutely.
You can't be that creepy and not be evil.
I think we need to adopt him. So.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like the snake alone was like, this guy is obviously bad, right?
Yeah.
Hey, snakes are our friends. It's
True.
not their fault that the creepy people keep picking them as familiar.
That-
No, but
okay?
that's
it's
true.
familiar. He literally could create it, and he made a creepy snake.
Yeah,
That is true. That is true.
that is fair.
So we will be back next week. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. GMT +1 or British Summer Time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for those of us who have joined us those of you who have joined us in the U.S.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Before we go, let's give everyone, including myself, a chance to plug ourselves. And we're going to go in the same order that we started, and the same order we'll go in every time. Spoiler alert. Starting with Retro Tad.
Hello, I am Retro Ted. I play a variety of retro games, unsurprisingly. We may be back on Wednesday for our continuation of Phelps going from hero to mental in 60 seconds, as he normally does, while investigating his crimes in LA Noire. But I am having broadband installed that day, so fingers crossed. If not, you can catch me on Thursday, continuing our Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Am playthrough at 7:30 GMT.
And Pan.
Hey, I'm Pan. You can catch me on Twitter at StellaOncore. You can also catch me playing in Cosmopunk, Spectrum the Fog, The Morning Blues, and Horizons Unknown, which is another stream on here too. The rest are podcasts, and you can check them all out on my Twitter anyway and catch me from there. I don't stream retro games, but I do like them, so good job.
Going on up to Afe.
Well, I'm a part of another nerdy Pathfinder group called The Tale of Dice. We stream every Sunday at 8 o'clock Central European Time. This Sunday, though, we're going to be doing something a little bit different because we have a couple of people who are not available due to Easter. So me and Charlie will be probably playing an Age of Empires-esque game where we have a lot of babies and then kidnap other people's babies and hold them ransom. And it's going to be fun.
Is this
but if
in-game
you-
or real life?
No, this is you find out. You come and join the stream on Sunday and find out. I wouldn't put it above either Charlie or myself to go kidnap random babies and then tell their parents they need to pay up if they ever want them back. So
Who am I playing RPGs with? What?
I mean, it's 2022.
I guess I should.
What, baby
expect
stealing?
people
Prices
to
are
steal babies.
rising, salaries
go.
are stagnant. You know,
There
you
you
need to get
go.
some extra pocket money somewhere. So yeah, our handle is A Tale of Dice on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So check us out.
Inez.
Hi. It's me, your friend Inez. This was so much fun. I had so much fun playing with these characters, with these people. These people are amazing. And of course I really enjoyed playing my slightly scary French person.
So thin, though. She's so thin with
Yep.
the corset as well.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. She has 8-inch waist. There we go. No.
Oh, I wonder what's her food.
Oh
No,
yeah, no
that's not
wonder
true.
she's so cranky all the time. That's gonna hurt.
You can find me everywhere on Inez666 or with an underscore behind it. I'm most active on Twitter, TikTok, I'm trying to get back into streaming, but it's proving difficult. Mental situations, all that stuff. I do have a Vampire the Masquerade stream that I'm doing every 2 weeks. And so not this week, but next week, I will be playing Vampire the Masquerade at Lightfoot Rogue. It's that's the Twitch channel that we're streaming on. It's called Dies Irae, and I'm playing a Woods Witch vampire, so she's very cool. So come watch. It's very fun. Do I have anything else? I think that's it. Thank you.
We gotta get a vampire happy hour going one of these
Please.
Absolutely, yes. Oh my
I'll
god,
just
I want
watch
to
you
be the
guys play.
edgiest, cringiest edgelord in the whole game.
I will watch that game. I don't think I
I
can
will
possibly play
fucking
in
wear
that
a wig
game.
and do my makeup and everything. I am there. I love
100%.
Halloween.
Okay,
Go.
perfect. Hello, everyone. I am Krifu Bernal. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch and Instagram at Krifu Bernal. I am clearly a TTRPG role player and content creator. I do have a personal stream, but I'm role playing too much to like get regular streams going at these days, which I guess is a very
need to know.
particular problem to have. But you can find me online again on Wednesday over at the Capricorn Cross at 7 p.m. British Summer Time, where I will be playing the Cockney Goblin Butler, Edzuv de Campo.
What? That sounds amazing.
I love that. I love that.
In our Pathfinder 2e actual play of the Wrath of the Righteous Pathfinder Adventure Path. Yeah, it's I really enjoyed playing with you all. I'm super excited about the next 3
same.
months together. It's going to be a blast.
Been awesome.
I really want to commend and congratulate everyone on picking an accent and sticking with it. It's
Did slip into
Well, I
French
feel called
just
out.
a little bit when I was talking to Pan for like a little bit of one-on-one. I was like, no, Bork is New York. Bork from New York.
not at all
Because I
trying
was
to
starting to
Bork from
kind of
New York.
regress into a French accent.
not at all trying to throw shade. I 100% understand exactly how hard it can be. Even in our Starfinder, I was doing a sort of Eastern European Armenian accent, and like I've been playing that character for months, and like even then there are times where I'm just like, where is this accent? I can't grab it.
Where's it going? Where's it going?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Stay here.
I have the same thing with my Spanish accent in A Tale of Dice. Sometimes it just goes a little bit into Eastern European for
Oh,
some
is
reason.
that what it's supposed to be?
It's supposed to be Spanish. Yeah, but it's difficult to do when you don't actually speak a lot of Spanish.
You know what? I
working
came
on
to
it, though.
serve and I delivered. So I
Yes,
think I
you
delivered.
did. It
Yeah.
was excellent.
Yeah.
It was in
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
French.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Want to check the academy?
Let's not go there tonight or ever, honestly. But yeah, honestly, I'm fully here for the accent work, the voice work, and it makes. I love role playing and I approach it as an actor, and so it's really nice getting to play with folks who like understand and are willing to give as much as, or like willing to throw the ball back, if that makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I understand that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that is all from us, dear viewers. Thank you so much for being here. Please come back next week at 7:30 p.m. British Summer Time for the second episode of Champigons de la Liberté.
Ah ouais, très bien.
And stay tuned for the raid. We're going to find a great TTRPG channel to raid out to. So stay tuned and share the role-playing love.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.